How's it going, guys? Cameron here with Canadian Gamer, coming at you with another video here today. Now, what I'm going to do today, going to show off my original Xbox collection. As most of you know, I've recently wrapped up my collection as far as what I want to collect on that platform, with the exception of a few games here and there if I see them out in the wild, sure. But basically, what you're about to see, that's it. It's all wrapped up. I put a bow on it. We're done with the original Xbox. So this is going to be a quick overview. I'm not going to really go into terrible detail on any of these games. A lot of you guys that watch my channel, you're probably already familiar with my collection. I just sort of wanted to put this video out there to any new subscribers or anyone who maybe didn't see any of my previous videos that showed off the original Xbox collection. So you can kind of get a taste as to what's out there. And then, of course, if you have any further questions about any of the games that I'm showing, or any of the prices or rarity as far as that's concerned, you can certainly leave it in the comments below. So, without further ado, let me show you the collection. Alright, so I'm going to try to go through this relatively quickly. I got an extensive collection to go through here. Do want to show off Grand Theft Auto Vice City. If you're looking to get this alternate cover art for this game, this came in the Xbox collection, the 2-pack, which came with Grand Theft Auto 3 as well. I managed to get it loose. It's relatively common, albeit if you were to get Vice City on the PS2, I don't think you could get this this box art. So if you like it, you got to get it on the original Xbox. Shenmue 2, one of the more expensive games on the original Xbox. Same goes for Panzer Dragoon Orta. Bard's Tale, relatively common, great game. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, now that recently came out as a 2-pack on the last gen consoles. I would like to get Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2, I just haven't found it out in the wild yet. Myst 4 Revelation, fantastic game. Myst 3 Exile, I haven't beat it yet, very difficult. Half-Life 2, not the best version of Half-Life 2, but it's a good game on the original Xbox. You know, Valve did a pretty good job, all things considered. Cold Fear, great survival horror game. Indigo Prophecy, and that's one of the earlier games done by Quantum Dream. Unfortunately, it suffers from poor controls, otherwise it's a really immersive game. Black, an incredible first-person shooter that is backwards compatible with the Xbox One Series X. Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne. Now you can see my collection is mostly comprised of black labeled versions of these games, with the exception of Silent Hill 2, Restless Dreams. Now this greatest platinum hits variant comes with Born from a Wish, which is the expansion pack, kind of like a DLC back in the day for Silent Hill 2. As far as I'm aware, you could only get it on the platinum hits copy of this game, not on the base vanilla version. The original Halo 2 Steelbook, which comes with the making of DVD. Doom 3 on Steelbook. Curse, the Eye of Isis, very hard to find survival horror game for the original Xbox. Very difficult to find. As well as Fatal Frame 2 Director's Cut Crimson Butterfly. Again, one of the more sought after, elusive, expensive games on the original Xbox. And the PlayStation 2 and GameCube for that matter as well. So let's move on to the second bookshelf. And then here we've got Broken Sword. And that's The Sleeping Dragon. Very good game. I got pretty far into it. Point and click adventure. But it's not your typical point and click adventure. There's a lot more, I should say, platform jumping mechanics in this game, if you can believe it. But it is a good game nonetheless. True Hidden Gem. Run Like Hell. Hunt or Be Hunted. I've talked about this before on my channel. I love this game. It's incredible. You got Lance Henriksen in there. Michael Biehn. Lots of 80s action movie stars. Morrowind Game of the Year Edition. I know a lot of you guys love this game. I'm not crazy on it. Apparently it looks a lot better upscaled on the One X, so maybe I'll pop that in over the course of the next few months. We've talked about this before on the channel, Suffering and the Suffering 2, the Ties That Bind. The Suffering seems to be the more hard to find out of the two. They're both pretty much the same game. They're very good games. So yeah, if you're hunting for original Xbox games, can't recommend these titles enough. The Suffering and the Suffering 2, The Ties That Bind. Second Sight, Crimson Skies, High Road to Revenge, Destroy All Humans, Siberia 2 that I just recently picked up, True Crime, New York City, got that actually on a steel book, the plastic slipcase, True Crime, Streets of LA, The Warriors, Manhunt, Manhunt 2, the sequel is only available on the PS2 and it's pretty hard to find, Blowout, a nice 2D side scroller, Still Life, pretty good point and click adventure. Return to Castle, Wolfenstein, not crazy on it, not crazy. Area 51, again, a game that was recommended to me a couple of years ago, not crazy on it. Kind of plays out like a Gears of War clone, if you will, before Gears of War was really a thing. Breakdown, another good game. Let's move on to the third shelf here. We got the original Mafia. I'd love to get the remastered, I guess, reimagining of this game that recently came out on the last gen consoles, because this one's getting a little bit long in the tooth. Dead to Rights. There's quite a few sequels to this game. I wasn't crazy on it, so I never bothered to pursue the sequels. Rogue Trooper. Love this game. It did get a remastered version on the last gen consoles, but I'm perfectly happy with this original copy on the original Xbox. Oddworld, Munch's Odyssey, and then we've got Oddworld, Stranger's Wrath, which is a pretty good game as well. One of the more expensive games on the original Xbox, Predator Concrete Jungle. Good luck finding this out in the wild. As well as The Land of the Dead, Road to Fiddler's Green. Again, one of the more uncommon expensive games on the original Xbox. Not too many people talk about that one. It's a really good game. Stubbs the Zombie, Rebel Without a Cause. Sorry, Rebel Without a Pulse. Yeah, that's a real copy right there. Very sought after. Could be one of the most expensive games on the original Xbox. The Thing, Jade Empire, limited edition, exclusive to Canada. We've got Driver Parallel Lines. It's got a real nice cover art as well, lenticular. We've got Rally Sport Challenge. We've got Rally Sport Challenge 2. And we've got Quantum Redshift, a game by the developers that did the original Wipeout series. We got Forza Motorsport, Burnout 3 Takedown, Project Gotham Racing, Sega GT with Jet Set, Radio Future, and Bloodwake. So let's move on to the fourth shelf. Alright, so we got here Reckless, the Yakuza Missions. A very ambitious game. It doesn't play out as well as they probably thought it would. Not to be confused with the Yakuza games. This is its own thing. It's an Activision game. But yeah, if you can find this one out in the wild, there was a sequel to it as well over in Japan we never got. But yeah, pretty good car combat game. Colin McRae 04, fantastic game. The Godfather, the game, which got re-released on the 360 as well. So you could get it on the 360, it's probably going to be the better version. The Great Escape, based on the Steve McQueen film. We've got Shell Shock, NAM 67. We've got SSX3. Virtual Pool Tournament Edition. It's a game I actually really enjoy. SeaWorld, Shenmue's Deep Sea Adventures. I only picked that up because apparently it's rare in certain parts of the world, but it's pretty common in Canada, or at least in Ontario, Canada. One of the better James Bond games for sure. From Russia with Love, 007. I really did enjoy this. The original Splashdown. Again, Rides Gone Wild is a PS2 exclusive. Can't find it, thanks to MJR. World Racing. Very hard to find game. A couple of different cover art variants for this game as well. I've only seen this out in the wild a few times. Very hard to find. Good game as well. Outlaw Golf 2. Recently picked it up twice accidentally. And lastly, I've got KOTOR. Not a fan of it. I just had a coworker who used to have an original Xbox, and he had this game kicking around in his basement, and he donated it to the collection. So yeah, Platinum Hits variant KOTOR. So I got one more game I'll show you, and then we'll head back to the desk. Okay, so believe it or not, this is one of the more expensive games, or I should say collections, you can get on the original Xbox. I picked this up at the pawn shop about 2 years ago, and that's the Grand Theft Auto collection. Now, why is this so expensive? Because typically when you find the Grand Theft Auto collection out in the wild, it looks very much like this, but it's just a 2-pack. It comes with Grand Theft Auto 3, and it comes with Vice City as well. Now this copy's kind of beat up, but it is still intact. This one here, you can see it comes with Grand Theft Auto 3. Has some nice inserts, some kind of like artwork postcards as well. You have Grand Theft Auto 3 on the disc. It's kind of like a digipack. And then you've got, let me open it up here, so excuse me. You've got Vice City. Again, you can see it here, the disc. Full colored manual. Again, it comes with the maps. And then you've got San Andreas in here as well. Again, maps, everything's included in here. So very nice 3-pack. There is like a slip cover that would typically go over this. I don't have that, but still can't go wrong for what I paid for it. I think I paid $15. So anyways, that's it for the collection. Let's head back to the desk and wrap this video up. Alright, so there you have it. That just sort of gives you an idea of what's out there for the original Xbox. My collection barely scratches the surface. I tried to focus on quality over quantity as far as what I've collected is concerned. At least I hope that's what I've conveyed. I don't have a lot of filler in my collection. I've got a lot of the heavy hitters. I don't have Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. I don't have Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. Those are some of the more expensive games, elusive games on the original Xbox. You're going to pay close to $100 for those games. Another one would be Bethesda's Call of Cthulhu. Very hard to find game on the original Xbox, as well as the original Fatal Frame. So yeah, there's a lot of games on the original Xbox that command a pretty high dollar. Now, most original Xbox games are dirt cheap. Let's not misconstrue things, but the original Xbox is kind of getting like the PlayStation 2, where the games are dirt cheap, but they're really sought after games command a high dollar. So there you have it. That's my original Xbox collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, and you guys have a great day. Take care.